Hello lovelies and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing something a little bit different than usual, but it's something a lot of us modern women struggle with, and that is how to turn your situationship into an exclusive official relationship. Let's get right into it. First, let's identify what situationships are. So this is basically when you have all of the components of a relationship but without the label. So you have intimacy, you are spending quality time together and functioning like a couple, but there are no strings attached and no commitment. So either person is able to openly see others in a romantic way. This has become a new norm in today's dating culture, which is actually extremely harmful to both parties involved in the situationship, but specifically the woman. Now let's explore why these modern day situationships are so harmful to women. The best way to go from situationship to relationship is by detachment. Detachment is a feminine trait that many of us women struggle with. So when we use the art of detachment, we stop trying to take control of a situation and let it progress naturally. Trying to force something or micromanage it, that's very masculine. Women are meant to be receptive, so our role is to stay in place and wait for things to come to us. Now, this balance gets disrupted when we take a look at the dynamic of a situationship. Typically, in this scenario, you have a man who enjoys the dynamic where he has access to you anytime, but he also has access to any other woman he desires. And so the woman in the situationship is left scrambling for commitment from him. She's desperate, trying to overcompensate for his lack of commitment by putting in all her effort and energy into him via affection, quality time, or even texting throughout the day, thinking this will get him to offer his commitment to her. But what you have actually done is given the receptive role to the man, because now he is receiving all of your energy that you exert on him, thinking that this will get him to commit to you. But it doesn't. So you have taken on the role of the masculine while allowing him to sit in the feminine and be the receiver of your time, energy, and affection. Now, as women, this has happened to all of us. This is what breeds that obsessive behavior when we start doing things like tracking his location, checking his following count, and stalking anyone related to him. There are two categories of types of situationships. The first one is much easier to transition into a relationship, and that is if you haven't already been intimate. This includes sleeping together, kissing, whatever it is. If you're kind of in the beginning stages with this guy, you haven't given anything up, you're still on the fence, this is your category. So when the conversation of intimacy occurs, you need to tell him, I only accept physical intimacy in committed relationships. This way he has to use his commitment to prove to you that he's ready to take it to the next level. A lot of times women feel that sharing intimacy with a man will bring them closer together, that if they give it up to the man, he will be more likely to offer his commitment. This is a huge mistake. Men run away from commitment. Men will never be the ones to run towards commitment. The man's job is to chase you, to ask you out, to court you, to impress you. But your job as the woman is to secure that commitment and exclusivity. The second category is if you have already been intimate. Now, this one is a little bit more tricky because if you have already gotten intimate with him, he won't feel the need to step up and offer his commitment. If men are already receiving the benefits of having a girlfriend without the actual title, they're not going to feel the urgency to ever give you the commitment and turn it into a real relationship because they already have what they want from you without any expectations or demands. They're not going to be in a hurry to be your boyfriend because they don't need to. In this case, you need to tell him that you no longer feel interested being intimate with someone who isn't your significant other, and you feel as if he is receiving the benefits of having a girlfriend without you having the title of being his girlfriend. A lot of times women are scared to do this. They feel like this is going to scare the man away, when in reality, men respect women with boundaries. In their minds, they will process this and say, you know what, she's not comfortable doing this, she's ready for a real relationship. That means she's no longer sharing intimacy with other men she's casually dating. Now, if this does scare him off, then that just answers your question. He was only using you anyways. And in that case, you don't want to be with a guy like that. Don't be afraid to say what you want. When you develop these boundaries with a man that you're interested in, one of two things will happen. Either he will tell you, no, I'm not interested in being a committed relationship right now, and then he will have to go find a new girl and run the same cycle all over again, or he will agree to give you the commitment you desire because he doesn't want to lose you. So the best way to detach from him is to, number one, stop giving him any type of intimacy or romantic attention, and secondly, be honest with him by setting up boundaries. Don't ever confess your feelings for him, just simply voice that you're not comfortable with this arrangement, and if he can't accept that, he either needs to step up and give you that girlfriend title or find another girl. For the women who will tell you that situationships are fine and normal, this is not true. There's a huge importance on labeling your relationship. This is because girlfriends are treated differently than how a casual partner is. Girlfriends receive good morning texts, phone calls, gifts, dates, and affection. Situationship girls are treated with last minute hangouts, no texts throughout the day, and definitely not any romantic dates or gifts. If you're in a situationship with someone and you're sending him sweet messages, always updating him on your whereabouts, it's too easy for him. You should never be doing this until you have received commitment from him. Because what you're doing is what girlfriends do without any of the benefits that come with being his girlfriend. This is going to push him away if you act like this. It's too clingy and he will get annoyed. A great way to ease him back into his masculine role and you into your feminine is by starting to focus on your own life. So what I mean by that is you want to be so swept up in living your life that you stop having all this extra time to spend texting him, hanging out with him, and even thinking about him. Start taking up some hobbies like learning a new language or signing up for Pilates or yoga. Take a second job if you have to. Spend more time with your friends or focus on your schoolwork. When you are so enthralled with living your own life, you will stop being so available to him. He will start to wonder what happened and why before was she texting me good morning and good night texts and now she hardly messages me once a day. This is going to make him panic and push back into that pursuer role. He will start messaging you first, scheduling dates in advance, being sure to reserve your time because you're just that busy. You can even make a mental note or promise to yourself that you won't text more than twice a day or you won't agree to hang out with him on any late notices. When we stop trying to micromanage the course of the relationship is when we can allow ourselves to be receptive. Keep in mind that men go at their own pace. As women, we tend to be impatient when it comes to love. We want it all, and that's what pushes us to take on this desperate role of being in a situationship, thinking that intimacy and romantic attention without commitment will get a man to commit to us. But men are slow burners, so rushing this process will never work out in our favor. You want to make him think that pursuing you was his idea. Don't get upset or offended if you feel like the guy you like is taking too long to make a move. You really just need to trust that if he likes you, he will make the choice to commit to you. You just need to give him that space and opportunity to do so by not being so pushy, trying to control the situation, or giving up your intimacy and affection too soon. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video and want to continue your journey with us, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell.